introduce myself, so y'all can anybody. Let the Lord come in the door here. All right. Good morning, Aaron. All right, appreciate you guys coming today. Thank you. As always, there's a couple days that are real special in college football, and one is the start of camp, and that's a great day. You get your players on campus and you're ready to go. Of course, every Saturday that you win is an awesome day, and then signing day. I mean that's a special day because me going my 9th season, and when kids want to come be a part of us and part of this community, it's a great feeling. And I appreciate them and their families. Before we get going, we'll start over here with you, Trey. Some of you don't know all my new coaches, okay? And we've got a great staff, and it's fun to work with them, and very professional, great recruiters. We'll start here and introduce your significant other, please, too, Trey. Go ahead.
Trey Scott, originally from Prosser, Arkansas. Just wrapping up my first season I got here in August. Before that, I GA'd at Ole Miss in Arkansas State. Graduated and played at Arkansas Tech University. Really excited to be here. This is my wife Sarah. We got married back in May, so I guess you consider us still being fairly new. Excited to be here.
Tell them what area you recruit, Trey.
I recruit Nashville, Memphis, Clarksville, Tennessee. Help out a little bit in the junior colleges in Mississippi and Georgia.
And so, funny story on we recruited a defensive lineman, and actually his brother had got married on the way to the visit. Okay, they stopped at the courthouse, and so anyway, thank you so much for the Rice Krispie wedding cake that you guys made for them. That was great. It made a difference in recruiting. But so they got married on Friday, drove over with the mom, and had a great visit with us. And Saturday night in my house, we had a little get together and made a great Rice Krispie cake for them, and doubled as a wedding cake, and it worked. So thank you. That was awesome. All right, Justin.
Justin Riscotti. I'm originally from Gainesville, Florida. I have a wife and a son. They're on the way to move here in a few weeks. Just been here for a couple of weeks now, so very excited about the opportunity, and look forward to working with these new recruits.
Right. Well, Justin just got here, as you see, and he's going to take over for our running back duties. And I actually recruited Justin certain years ago when I was at Chattanooga, and so I mean I'm getting older. I'm starting. If I'm hiring guys that I recruited, I'm getting older, but. He doesn't even know where Snappy's is yet, so this is new for him to be here in our town. So he doesn't know what area he's recruiting yet because we haven't made that decision. But actually, you'll see today he signed an outstanding player from Florida. So, but we'll get him closer here to Tennessee as we get the recruiting areas. Carmen?
My name is Carmen Felix. I coach the wide receivers and the offensive coordinator. This will be going on my 4th season, starting in February, and I recruit the greater St. Louis area.
Jeff?
Jeff Bird, defense coordinator, is starting my 3rd season here, and I'll recruit the state of Mississippi.
Everybody knows Bart. There you go, Julius.
Julius McNair. I played here, graduated here last May. I'm Mississippi Office, and I recruit defensive graduates.
Bob.
Bobby Ellis, defensive and strength and conditioning graduate assistant. Played this past season. Small sky on the field most of the time. So it's my 1st season on the coaching side of it, so I'm excited to learn and the rest of the season.
Gary Carr, offensive grad assistant. I recruit the state of Kentucky. I played here, graduated back 2 Decembers ago, and this will be coming up my 2nd season as grad assistant.
Jordan's on. Oh, I'm sorry. So thin, I missed you.
I'm Kevin Bennett. I coach offensive line here at alum. Proud to say that. My wife's not here right now. She's actually on her way back from work. She works over in Jackson. Her name's Megan. She's a hometown girl. I went to school here as well. And I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I recruited North Alabama and parts of Nashville.
Murph, you might as well be on the staff.
I sell barely.
Randy Barnes, football operations. I was just
coaches, I played here for that gray-haired guy over at Bob Carroll, 69 through 72. And went to school with Dick. He's already retired.
Exactly. Thanks. Here we go, Nick.
Hello everybody, I'm Nick Williams, and my wife Tamika is not here right now. Today is her birthday, so I'm not here. I'm not here, and I'll quickly disappear. But I want you all to know real quick that anything that goes wrong today, you blame me, it's my fault. Everything that goes right, the student workers over here, Chris Bell, Cody Raymond, Evan Farley, these guys have done a lights out job for us this year, and they are a great staff to work with.
Great, I appreciate you guys. I tell you what, yeah. One of the things that I'm proud of is, and I make this point out in recruiting, 6 of these guys have a UTM degree. Okay, so we're out selling this program and selling this community and selling West Tennessee. And I say, you come here and be a part of this family. You know, when I've got 6 of those guys that are here, it means a lot to those recruits. And those parents make a lot of comments about that, and I appreciate that. And those guys, they know what we're about. And so when we say, you know, come here, University of Tennessee degree, you know, win conference championships, be a part of a family atmosphere, there's nobody can sell better than these guys, and I appreciate it. All right, first of all, listen, Judy, stand up, please. Stand up, seriously. Thank you Judy's with us for my 8 years, okay? I can think maybe one Saturday that maybe you were sick and couldn't get here, but she's been with us every Saturday for 8 years when these recruits come. And I never give her a script. I just say, get them to come to school here. Tell them what a great place this is. And so I appreciate you, Judy. Thank you for all that you do with that. Thank you. And I don't see Joe in here, but Joe Henderson comes and visits with us on Saturday. And it just gives us another face. It gives us another personality to be around these recruits and their families. Because, you know, some of them don't know, right? You know, we got some guys from 8 different states that chose to come to school here and sign letters of intent for UT Martin. So when they're around different people, it just makes an impression, and I appreciate you guys. And all the different professors, I mean, that's part of the whole, you know, process. And I break it down year after year, and I said, we come in here on Friday, and we have a little get-together, and on Saturday morning, with breakfast, and then we meet academically and athletically, and then socially that night, and we get up Sunday morning and we visit with them. So we only got, I mean, you're looking at less than 48 hours, you know, to get to know one each other and sell this campus. So everybody that contributed to this, I appreciate you. And over the years, Charlie, and all the work that you do with Charlie's been, he's been the advisor from everything from education to physical therapy to, I probably brought you some criminal justice guys in the past and just did the best you could, but thank you guys for all that. And then Earl and your staff, what they do to us with the housing, and they set us up, and they got the keys and got the rooms ready to go. I appreciate that as well, and all the great effort that your staff does for us, okay? All right, guys, a couple little things I want you to know when I break this staff down. I'm putting the December signing class together with this February signing class, okay? Because we brought in here 7 guys in December that are important to this football team, this program, okay? When we break it down like that, you're going to see 27 signees, 20 today and 7 back in December. Okay? Now, obviously, the guys that we signed back in December, you know, I say it didn't have to be. I guess it could have been high school guys, but you're looking at, I believe it was 5 junior college players and 2 transfers, how it broke down. And then today, of the 20 that we signed today, I believe the breakdown was 4 junior college players and 16 high school players, if I'm correct in my math. Okay? When you break it down, the biggest need in this class was the defensive backfield. We graduated 4 starters in the secondary. We also graduated 4 wide receivers. All right, so that's why we brought in 3 wide receivers in December, and that's why we signed 7 defensive backs today. We got a great need. When you break it down by position, a total of 8 defensive backs in this 27 signing class, a total of 5 linebackers, 3 defensive linemen. So on the offense side of the ball, you're looking at 2 quarterbacks, 4 wide receivers, 1 running back, and 4 offensive linemen. Okay, so defensive backfield was the biggest immediate need that had to be filled, and then for the future was and wide receiver, and then for the future was offensive line. That's why we brought 4 in here as we continue to grow this football team. When you break it down about where all these players came from, you know, Ryan and I were looking at it, and Alex. There's 11 of the 27. There's 11 Tennessee kids, 8 from Mississippi, 2 from Alabama, 1 from Florida, 1 from Pennsylvania, 1 from Minnesota, 2 from Illinois, and 1 from Michigan. Okay, now, I can be a little bit misleading, but Nick Dance is a transfer from Western Michigan, but he's from Nashville. So you can put him in the state of Michigan, or you can put him in the state of Tennessee. But that's, when you look at where these kids came from, that's where they came from, 27 high school, or 27 total players, 15 high school, 9 junior college players, and 3 transfers. All right, and one of the, you know, things that, you know, when Julio got here, and athletic director, we were talking, you know, about our philosophies of recruiting, different players we bring in here, what my philosophy on transfers and junior college players were. You know, I think we're in the right cycle with our program now, as far as last year we were able to redshirt all 13 high school players. Okay, every high school player we signed last year redshirted. Now it's got 4 more years of eligibility, so they got to grow and mature. And now, you know, they'll be 23 years old when they're seniors, and that's good for the Skyhawks. Right? In our studies, we went back and looked at, well, we took 9 junior college players. You know, my philosophy on that has been, you know, when you're coming here, it only takes 120 hours to graduate. A junior college player already has to have had, you know, 60 hours when they get here. So they're only chasing 60 hours to get a degree. Okay, so it's been very good academically for us, you know, to get these guys graduated. And here's some of the players over the years, just some of them. Here's 6 junior college players that you followed our program for the last 8 years that have been outstanding players. Remember Juice Burton, 4 of these are All-Americans. Jesse Burton, remember Juice back in '06. Josh Yarborough, the linebacker, was an All-American. Jeremy Butler, obviously he's got to be playing for us. C.J. Estelle led the country in punt returns. There's 4 junior college players that came here were All-Americans. And of course, Snoop Blackman and Thad Williams are both All-Conference this year for us. And then when you talk about the transfers, you know, need quality, you know, guys look for opportunities. They come in and fit, you know, our community and our environment. You know, these are some names that pop out at you. Quentin Sims, Mike Hicks, Kay Thompson, Brandon Young, Montoya Hughes. Okay, so we've done quite well with our junior college players and our transfers. Now, make no mistake about it, though, these high school players are the base of this program. Okay, they're what feeds us, they're what keep the glue together. They're the foundation of this program, and very excited about these players. Okay. Another thing, and he may want to speak when I'm done, but for 3 weekends, we would go and we would take these players, we would go to Discovery Museum and have a catered meal. And then we'd come back to my house and we would have coffee and hot chocolate and stuff. And, you know, Julio, for you to come and visit with our players as athletic director, and you got to meet things on your schedule, but our recruits, I appreciate that. It made a huge difference. And, guys, that's big time. For a head coach, to have his athletic director to come and visit with his recruits, that excites me. So I'm very excited about that, so thank you. All right, let's look at these guys. Enough of me talking. I'm sorry, we got the slide first here. All right, I show this every year. You guys just take a look at this. This is what we show our recruits. This is a little quick PowerPoint here. All right, this is what we're chasing, right? That's why we do this. You got to win the OVC championship in order to get to that FCA championship. I work off this one, okay? These recruits come in, we say, hey, we've had this before, all right? This is in our building. There's Sergeant York Trophy, but that's where we got to get, okay? How do we get from good to great? And that was this year's slogan for this signing class. Next one. Okay, all right, this is starting to add up over the years here, all right, and you see, once again, you know, we hadn't called them, but 2 out of the last 4 years, we've been able to beat this #1 team, all right, 40 and 22, and there's our overall records, okay, so we're proud of that, that's good, but how do we get to become great? Go ahead. You know, these are the different schools that we played. Actually, we have played, I think us and Austin Peay have played the most FBS schools in the last 8 years. Okay, so when you start looking at that overall record, you know, that's part of it there, but I believe we're the only one, I guess Jackson State did as well, that, you know, with the win over Memphis there, one of the only 4 FCS teams to beat a FBS team back in 2012. And of course, if you look at our schedule, you see Kentucky and Mississippi State on our schedule for next year. Okay. All right, this is one thing we talk to our recruits about, especially the ones here in the state of Tennessee, and the Sergeant York Trophy, which goes to the winner, the head-to-heads of the 3 other opponents in the state of Tennessee. But the combined record, us against these 3 opponents, is 15 and 8. Okay, so we're certainly winning our share of games, and we've got to get that York Trophy back here. The little secret to that is that even if you tie 2 and 1. Tennessee State gets to keep it again because they beat us head-to-head. And even if we had beat them, they still would keep it if we were both 2-1 because the team that had the trophy on their campus the year before gets to keep it. So we've got to make sure we get that trophy back here on our campus. All right. We talked to our recruits about this. You know, that every year, the 8 years that I've been head coach here, you know, this community, this campus there's been some commitment made from whether it be, you know, alumni boosters or some improvement. Y'all remember back 8 years ago, Coach Carroll and Randy and I, you know, he took me around that practice field, and you see the barbed wire around the practice field. There's no grass on it, Nick, and I think y'all hid that from me when I came on my interview, but we got it fixed, and I appreciate that. There's been something every time, every year, you know, from improvements to the stadium to the turf, all right, to improvements to the weight room, and of course we know what we're striving for in the next improvement with the building of the new stadium. All right, you know, and that's the rendering. You've seen, you know, many of those, and you know, so of course, you know, we've been selling that for the last couple of years now. So so excited that you know, that we're going to get this done after next season. Different players, of course. Every year, kids ask us, "Why can I make it to the league?" You know, from UT Martin. Well, of course you can. You know, Montour Hughes, the last 5th round draft pick 2 years ago. You know, Joe Gibbs is free agent. Quinn Sims, free agent. Of course, Fred Thomas, you know, years ago was a draft pick to the Saints. Go ahead. Played in bowl games. Quinn Sims, Montour Hughes played in the Senior Bowl. Go to the next one. Okay, but these are important. This is important to recruits. This is important to you know, the national and regional recognition of our program. Joe Gibbs there with the Rams. Okay, of course we sell Jerry Reese, right? We're proud of that. A lot of our kids coming here, HHP managers want to be in that, you know, sports management. Well, you know, there's a guy, you want to get sports management? Call him for a job, right? So we use Jerry as a great resource as well. Senior Bowl pictures, go ahead. All conference selections, or, you know, one thing I'm proud of when I told you about this, we've got 15 selected All-Americans here in the last 8 years, 60 All-Conference players. Now, that's a political, I mean, the All-American thing's political, right? I mean, that doesn't mean a guy's going to make it to the NFL, but, you know, Jeremy Butler, I mean, he's been on 5 different All-American teams this year. You know, Ben Johnson, Tony Bell, no matter what, they're going to have that All-American plaque in their dens in years to come, and it's something to be proud of, okay? You know, we talk about recruiting players with a chip on their shoulder. You know, we've defeated 11 top 25 teams and preseason ranked and stuff, and all that's great. You know, we're chasing one goal, and that's the national championship. Go ahead. All right, I want to show you this today. And, you know, talk about having a chip on your shoulder. This is what we recruit against. Okay, this is a little thing. Go back to the top. And this is on the website. This is something that many of our opponents or many of the teams that we recruit against, they share this with recruits, okay? All right, and you see FCS college football stadium rankings, okay? And there you see the Appalachian State. Of course, they're moving to Division 1A, okay, FBS. You see Georgia Southern, all right, Montana State, Wofford, North Dakota State. And they've got a little description down to the sides about their environment and their stadiums, okay? Coastal Carolina, okay? We're going down there. They've got 107 teams listed, okay? And the reason I show you this is I'm so proud of the staff of what they fight when it comes to recruiting. I'm proud of the players we've got coming to school here. I'm proud of the teams that chose us. Read that last one there. I won't read it. I'll let you guys read it. All right. I don't agree with that, okay? But that's what's in print. All right? So, you know, one of the things when Julio asked me, he said, how do we get over the hump? How do we become a playoff team every year? Okay, that's the first thing right there. It had to get done. And, you know, I appreciate the chancellor and everybody's support of that, because that's the next thing that's got to get done. Okay? And but these coaches go and recruit and fight those battles with other schools. Okay, we wouldn't trade any player that we got. They have the same vision we do, and they feel the same energy and scholarship spirit that we do here, and that's why they chose us. And so, you know, next year, I guess Julio will have to find something else to complain about. But right now, that's what we're fighting and fired up to get that behind us. Okay. All right. Let's look at these guys. All right. This is the players going back to that are here on campus right now today. There's 7 of them, I think, if they're in that order. Manny Stocker's a quarterback that Carmen Coach Felix's brother coached in high school. And he went to North Carolina State and was there for 2 years. looking for an opportunity, and his high school teammate, Kyle Carrick, is one of our current players right now. So go ahead and run that one. You'll see, you know, Manny is strong, can run, the dual threat guy. So he's in school right now. He's got 3 years left. He's a communications major. This is some of his tape from North Carolina State. Practice tape, some of it's a little game tape. So there he is at the quarterback spot. Very strong, you know, not necessarily just a running quarterback. I mean, he's a pocket guy that can run, so we're going to have some good competition at quarterback this spring. All right, so he's here, ready to go. Go ahead. All right, another quarterback. So we're going in, going by position here? Okay, going by position, all right. This is a kid, Jabari, very excited about him. Coach Scotty actually was quarterback coach at Weber State up until, you know, a month or so ago. And he was recruiting Jabari. He was his #1 quarterback at Weber State. Well, their staff made some changes. Our head coach got let go. And so we hired Coach Scotty, and when he came on his interview, this is one of the players. He said, "Hey, Coach, if you're looking for a high school quarterback, this is the best one that I know of." And so he showed the tape, and you know, and I actually hired you for other reasons besides you helped hit the ball. Okay? Believe it or not, I did. But you'll see Jabari. He came this past weekend, you know, from Florida, from the Orlando area. You have to excuse the video. But he's a 6'3", tall, long, intelligent kid. He, you know, last night he was making decisions on, he had Army on the table, he had Jacksonville University on the table, and was deciding whether or not to wait, you know, for a Rutgers visit, possibly over this weekend or not, and he felt comfortable here, and we're very excited about Jabari joining our football team. There's his quarterback position, good pocket presence, and just very athletic, and I think he's 67% completion percentage out of high school there. Outstanding high school basketball player. His brother actually graduated and played at Vanderbilt as a wide receiver. I think just graduated last year, Justin, correct?
Yes, sir.
He's underneath center, able to pop up, throw the ball on the run. Move, make a play with his feet as well, not just be a pocket guy. You know, that quarterback room is as talented as it's ever been. It really is. There's some guys that can play in that room. Let's watch one more here of Jabari moving up in the pocket. So looking forward to adding him into that mix and seeing him this summer when he gets here. All right, now Ruben Ducksworth is a player that is already here on campus. He's actually, Julius calls him his cousin. I'm not sure if they are or not, but they're from the same high school. Okay, they're from Mount Olive High School in Mississippi. We actually signed Ruben last year, and he had came up a little short of eligibility, and he had to go back and finish. And so we brought him up. I think he was 6th in the country last year in rushing at Jones Junior College. Ray Perkins, many of you remember that name from Alabama and New York Giants. He was actually his junior college coach. You know, Ruben's a powerful, not the tallest guy, but very productive in junior college. And DJ McNeil graduated, but Luke Torres back. We're trying to go to Devin Fair back from injury, and adding Ruben to the mix was something we needed to do here at the break. All right, next one. All right, Tyreek Patrick. Remember I said we graduated 4 wide receivers. Okay, and so Tyreek is originally a Mississippi kid from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Played at Memphis. Actually played against us in 2012 at Memphis. Of course, we remind him of that quite often. Okay, but he played at Memphis and broke his leg against, I believe it was Central Florida. And this is some high school tape on Tyreek. Coming out of high school, he was a 3-star player. He's a big, pretty 6'3", 200-something pound player. many of you, if you followed, you know, great college players, that's where Marcus Dupree played, was at Philadelphia High School. We don't have any in the Memphis, you know, in the Memphis tapes. It actually was funny when we recruited Tyree. Of course, we're watching this and we say, well, that's good. Yes, we would have definitely recruited him out of high school because he had Louisiana Monroe and Arkansas State, and he chose to go to Memphis. But he said, Coach, go back to 2012 against UT Martin. I blocked the punt. I erased that from my mind. You know, we won the game, so I forgot all about it. But he was right. You go back and watch the tape, and Tyree played in this as a true freshman. He's coming off of a leg injury. He had to have some surgery on an ankle that he broke while he was at Memphis. Had some 2 serious surgeries, but you know, we've got the best trainer in the country back there, so he says it's going to be good to go. So Bart got his work cut out for him. All right, next one. Shante Rogers, we felt once again we had to get older at wide receiver to be able to get ready to go next year. Shante Rogers, from Itawamba Community College, ICC, 6'1", 200 pound, very put together young man. You know, and ICC is only about 3 hours from here. It's right, you know, not far from Tupelo, a little over 3 hours. There he is in the slot. Very durable kid, you know, good speed, good hands. Stutter go route, out and up. We figured we got to replace Jeremy Butler's 90 catches, so we had to do it by committee here. Is it holding up over there? Go to the next one. Shantae's here in spring, so you can come watch him in spring and see his next time. All right, Taylor Higginson, another junior college wide receiver. Like I said, we brought in 3 at the break. Taylor actually, Ray Perkins is his uncle. Okay, played at Petal High School, played at Jones Junior College. You know, now Coach Fetus is going to pick his game up because Taylor took a visit to Harvard out of high school. Okay, I mean, was he 30 or 31 ACT? 31 ACT. So Chancellor. 31. So we're glad to have Taylor here. We had some technical difficulties with Taylor, but Taylor actually played in the Junior College All-Star game in December and had 5 catches. Was voted the most valuable player in the game, and we signed him in late December, and he just got here. And I think the engineering major, correct, Carmen? Yes, sir. Engineering major, so outstanding student. All right, Tyler Eddings. We only took 1 high school wide receiver. We think this is one of the fastest guys in the state of Tennessee. But you'll see how explosive Michelle would do in high school. And you'll see how, you know, within 2 steps, he's full speed. You know, when you go recruit Tyler, and he's got a part-time job at Dairy Queen, and, you know, his coach says, you know, he's still working 20 hours a week. You know, even during the season, you know, those kind of give you good indications of a time management guy, but you'll see, man, very fast. I mean, you know, he's 5'10"-ish, but, you know, he's 190 pounds. He's put together. He's not one of those skinny track guys now. He's a football player, put together really well. Here's the slide. I didn't say cross country. That was sprinter. The sprinter stayed linked up all the time. But you see Tyler here. You know, we're big in that receiver room. We're 6 foot tall and stuff, but Tyler probably will be one of the fastest guys when he gets here on campus. He was actually in the Toyota East-West All-Star game here for the high school players in the state of Tennessee. He was the most valuable player in the game. As a defensive back, but we signed him as a wide receiver. That tells you what kind of athleticism he has. All right, we signed 4 offensive linemen. This is a young man that actually was committed to another OVC school before he came on his visit here. And then he came on his visit here and said, this is where I want to be. I just thought the other place was where I wanted to be, but this is where I want to be and stuff. So very excited about having Nick here and his length. Charles Sweeten, unfortunately, will be a senior next year. Charles has been starting for 3 straight years and going on year 4. So we brought Nick in here to redshirt him, and we look forward to him hopefully stepping in that spot. But he's a big, tall, long guy that can really run. You'll see him there at the tackle spot. We'll get back to the next clip. There he is there. I believe, what does he call him, 280?
Yes, sir.
He's 280, he still looks thin because he can run, and, when he gets up that 300-pound mark, and there he is there at the right tackle. You don't see it as fluid as we've watched this tape, 25 times, but we're talking about a 4'9", 5 flat guy that's 280 pounds. That's still getting bigger. So, and the feet quickness and the long length is what we're looking for at that tackle position. Very excited about Nick. All right, Big Mark. Now here's what I told Coach Bannon, okay, because he played here. He was an all-conference player, and I said, all right, you're a good player, but guess what? We got to get bigger than what you were here. We had to get bigger at those guard spots. So. Next thing I know, Coach Bannon's down in South Alabama, and he said, "You want big, you got big." Okay, and so Big Mark was on a visit here, and now he's not 6'5", all right. Somebody embellished there. He's more 6'3"ish. All right, but when he got on that scale, I peeked around his shoulder, and I saw 372. Okay, so 340? No, he's not 340 anymore, but. You're going to see, Coach was able to make evaluations of him and saw him, parallel squat 500 pounds and power clean, 300 pounds and rep it out. So you'll see him at the right tackle here. Just think his potential. I think he's got good feet, but we needed that, that size inside of those guard positions. He's from Selma, Alabama. Big Mark's quiet, doesn't say a whole lot, but he's got good grades. And his mama came up here last weekend, and felt like this was a really good fit for him. So we're excited. Very long arms. In there, put a guy on, that's 370 laying on. There he is there at the right tackle again. You see how long his arms are on the stance. But what we're looking for, see how his ankles is able to get in the stance, and and he can get his cleats in the ground. Derek Hardy gets in the Super Bowl because he had to pick him up and drive him back on Sunday. So suck it up. We catered to you cars for 5 years, so but Big Mark, we're excited about his future. Just watch one more clip of Mark. That's all right. Go over the next one. You'll see plenty of Mark. All right, Drew Allen. Drew's another big guy that came to our camp, and we wanted to add him in the mix. And he's a big guy, and he's got some work. As he gets better and bigger and stronger, not bigger, he's big enough, but we want some guys that can grow and don't have to play early in our program that we can develop. And, great ACT guy. I lose him sometimes.
Left tackle.
Left tackle, we'll see him again. Drew's about, I think it was 340 when he measured the other day, 6'5", 340. What is his ACT?
25.
25. Julie likes those too, right? We deserve. But whether you stay at the tackle position, moving there to the guard with his size, and outstanding grades, very smart guy, great parents, so we're excited to have Drew in the mix as well. Okay, Kyle. Kyle's obviously, you see there from MUS, he's more, he's actually, his mom from Martin. Many of you may know her. She grew up here, and so it's neat for her to come back and visit. His sister goes to school here, Kyle's sister does. So it was kind of a whole homecoming week for him when she came back. But Kyle's kind of a utility guy. We know he can play some tackle, guard, maybe his more natural position, maybe he can play center for us. You'll see him there at the left tackle. the counter, you get to see him pull and get up in the hole and change directions. And, you know, when you're 290 pounds, to be able to change directions, I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for. Well, last year we brought in 3 offensive linemen. We were able to redshirt them. Now you're bringing 4 this year. Hopefully we do the same thing, and that's how, you know, that's what we're looking to do. All right, Big Kale. Now, once again, I said go get big, okay? And by redshirting those kids last year, it kind of afforded us to do this and kind of, you know, meet some needs and we need some size areas. Now, Kale can play nose tackle for us in Coach Berg's 3-3 defense. Okay, I mean, he's bigger than Montori. He walks in the door, he's bigger than Montori. And, but he feels just as comfortable as an offensive lineman as well. Because in his junior college, his freshman year, he played guard. And then this year, they needed him at defensive tackle, and they moved him back to defensive tackle. So, let's look at the clips here of Big Kale. Big man from Hines Community College. You'll see some different clips of him, especially on offense, and that's where we really saw him as a practice tape, where we saw his, we saw his footwork. And Coach Bird and Julius came back from Hines and said, "You want big? I saw big," and they were right. Big Kale comes in, he's quiet, and then we got one more. The practice tape, I guess, didn't make it on there. That's what's really exciting to see him move his feet. I'll show you from the type copy. See at the shade, Jeff? You see me at the shade on the center. You know, maybe get rid of it, eat up a couple blocks, okay? And you know, when you remember, here's the practice tape now. Here he is playing offensive line. Is it the right guard, Jeff? Yes. Yeah, there he's at the right guard, the right tackle there, 98. So we know that, you know, he can play on the inside of the ball. He can play the nose for us, you know, or we can move him to offensive line and look for that big body that we've been missing there. Is. That's just, you know, big, you know, 360, and able to sit down and go backwards. And here's the clip that I really like. It's pretty good. All right, go to the next guy. Big Kale Thurman. All right, now, one of the things that Coach Bird, Coach Scott thought we needed was a, you know, pass rush guy, okay? You know, so Jeremy Piles was, you know, was a guy that Coach Scott saw at East Central Community College, and he actually is back in Alabama now, going to Gadsden State, finishing up his degree, his junior college degree. But he gives us some edge pressure, being able to rush the passers and length, and you know, he might not be quite 6'5", but he's up there, and you know, he's around that 230 mark. And DJ Roberts, as y'all know, graduated, right, senior for us, so this is the guy that we can put in to rush the passing. There he is. Let's see him there, got in the spotlight, but you see a guy run, go down the line of scrimmage, and pursue, and he's got a little nastiness when he gets there as well. There it is. Edge here with some length, long arms. There it is. Lock a guy out, get off those long arms, make a play. So we're excited by Jeremy and you know, to get after, give us a pass rush. Big Jay Murphy, you know, Jay's actually, his brother was one, Michael, that him and his fiance got married on a trip down here, okay? So he was a lot of fun, Coach Hankins, Coach Scott. Everybody had a great time, you know, recruiting Jay, and, you know, he just was a lot of fun. But Jay's from Marshall County, nose tackle. Just, you know, lights up a building, you know, with a smile in a room when he walks in the room. So, I think he measured, what, Coach, 336? A big man. And I will have to give him credit. He's been bragging about his baseball skills, and we jumped over there and and watched him, hit some balls one day. He can swing it. He can swing it. And now, like I kid, he may strike out 50 times, but he doesn't get 25 home runs. But this, once again, this is the nose tackle for us. In that 3-3 defense, the guy to eat up some blocks. Kind of control the center and cause havoc in the middle of that defense for us. Big J. All right, Nick Dance. Nick Dance, actually, we recruited him out of high school, out of Procon in Nashville, and he had a good visit, but Western Michigan came in late, and he ended up going there for 2 years, and I guess 3 years, actually, and called us this December, wanted to transfer back. I guess this is high school tape off of him. There's Nick. So I've been ragging him every day about, from a weather standpoint, at least you're not in Michigan anymore. He says, "Coach, what are you talking about? It's over here. He was in Michigan." We graduated a couple of linebackers with Bobby and, of course, Ben Johnson. So we're getting an older guy to go in that mix. We're certainly excited about having Nick here. It's funny, Coach Bird, looking at him, he's a lot bigger now than he was coming out of high school, wasn't he? All right, go to the next guy, Nick Dance. C.J. McElrath from Riverside, and, a lot of athleticism. You're going to see these highlight tapes here, on these highlight clips. He's running the football, he's playing corner, he's playing safety, he's intercepting some passes. But he measured, he's about 6'2.5", 6'3" maybe, and he measured 220. And we're going to plug him in the linebacker room, but you'll see here he's running back kicks. Just, in their league, he's bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody, and we think he's going to be a great special teams guy, and linebacker chasing the football. And there he is at wide out, 222 pounds. And every time his name came up, Coach Bird just kept saying, "He's a something. I don't know what he is. Just put him on defense and we'll figure it out." But there he is at tailback running the ball. Judy, that was the first time I recruited a player from there that the Ayers scholarship came into play. So that was neat. And they were very informative, the school was, and really enjoyed dealing with them. There he is, at a safety position, covering the wide receiver, and, making a pick. So looking forward to putting CJ in one spot and watching him grow and learn how to play it. All right, Julian Thompson Clay, big, tall, long basketball player, but his future's on the football field. You'll see here just, what has he been playing, 2 years, Coach? Yeah, 2 years he's been playing football and been a basketball guy here over in Clarksville. Where's he at, Coach? Linebacker? There he is. Tall and long and change directions. There he is. What do you weigh, Coach? Around 220? Yep. 220, and really good basketball player. There he is. Tailback spot. But no doubt about it, his best football, Julian's best football is ahead of him, and who knows what he's going to grow into, but he'll come in at the linebacker position, and we'll let him grow from there. But he can really run and really burst. All right. Actually, James came to our camp, right? It was in June of July, Coach. Came in June and took his visit and knew this is where he wanted to be. And so, had great parents, both of them in law enforcement, and James a big, strong guy from Tupelo that played the Mississippi State Championship game. You see James there, physical, downhill linebacker. Change direction, long arms. Weighed about 230, 225. Here he is. we love you, Bobby, but 6'3", 225. We'll see if you can play like you, huh? There's James. All right. Garrett Wall, a high school linebacker from Fairview, same place that Ben Johnson's from. So, we told him, hey, not trying to put any pressure on you, but Ben only made about 200 tackles around here in 2 years. So, you got big shoes to fill. But Garrett's a good athlete, good student, had some Air Force opportunities. Able to run, change direction, going to get bigger. He's only about 195 pounds now, but we there he's at the tailback spot, the wide receiver spot, scoring a touchdown. Here he's at the linebacker, running downhill, making plays in the linebacker spot. That hurt.
Yeah.
That's what we say, don't make somebody else's highlight tape. You make somebody else's highlight tape. There's an interception. Actually played the All-Star game, the Toyota All-Star game. He's running football as a tailback. But he's we're going to play him in linebacker, and that's just, for us, that's what he's suited for. Here he is at the tailback. And that's what you like, if the high school team's going to put their best athlete, tailback, that's the guy we want to recruit. Terrell White. Now this guy, maybe, a lot of them are physical, but this guy really is a rock and sock safety there in Northwest Florida, originally. And we recruited Terrell, Coach Bird did his research and was very thorough. And I only had to see a few clips and said, hey, no doubt he can play, he can tackle. And can we get it? There it is. I wish you wouldn't digitize and see that so you can. Is there any more of it? Slow. Okay.
Full screen.
We think about that a couple yards.
When we're recruiting these safeties, the thing that we ask ourselves, will we have to tell them to don't hurt our wide receivers? And the answer is yes. Then that's the guy we need to go recruit. Don't hit our wide receivers. Very physical player. We loved old Thad Williams last year, our free safety, but Thad was about, 5'8", coach, 180 pounds maybe.
On a good day.
On a good day. Good player for us, but we knew we had to get bigger and longer at those safety spots, and these guys are what we're looking for, so very, very excited about Terrell. Jaquil White is actually one of our December guys. He's already on campus, going to class, at workouts. And he's every bit of 6'2". He's from West Point, Mississippi. Come to us from Northeast Community College, and you're going to see tall, long, can play corner or can play safety for us. And the good thing about Jaquil is that he's already here working out with us to be able to go through spring practice. comes. There's a difference when you're 6'2", and long compared to those 5'7", 5'8" corners. There he is coming from the backside, running the guy down. Actually, that's it. All right. Another junior college, one of the 4 junior college defensive players that we took, shot his ball. Played at Madison Central High School, right outside north of Jackson, Mississippi, from Pearl River Community College. Where's he at? Kind of the old, the saying in football is, when you're 6'1", and you got those long arms like that, you don't have to run quite as fast as, as the shorter guys, because they've got the length and they're able to get there and deflect the footballs, and they don't look, maybe their feet don't look quite as quick, but they're able to, handle some things when they play good technique, stay on top, and then get there and break the pass up. Once again, go find a safety, Coach Bird, that can tackle and be physical. They're like the key here. Of course, he's from St. Louis, but he's in Minnesota right now. That's where he's playing junior college football, and about 3 feet of snow. He says that's how he's going for him. So I think he'd be glad to get here back to Tennessee. Here he is at the free safety position. Playing on the roof, coming down. He's taller than me. He's every bit of 6'1.5" or so. Cover kicks, play on all your special teams. Brother actually lives in Nashville, or uncle lives in Nashville, so excited to get him closer to his family. A couple of our high school DBs, very excited about that. Andrew Horton Martindale from Cane Ridge, actually once again was committed to another one of our opponents and came here on a visit and changed his mind, so glad he did. Here he is down here at the bottom. He's at a corner, but certainly big enough to play multiple positions in the back, defensive backfield. Nice job going up high point that football there, making a pick. Doesn't mind throwing his body around for sure. Here he is staying at home, backside of reverse. Nice open field tackle. All right, Porter Streeter from Hillsborough. Two defensive backs from Hillsborough. One a safety, one a corner. Here's Porter Streeter. These guys are 6 foot 180, and then a year and a half, 2 years, you're going to see them 195, 200 pounds, and so as those junior college players are graduating out, these guys will be growing up and in the mix. Played little quarterback in his day. Once again, athletes with a football in their hand, able to play on both sides of the football. That's to us that fits our recruiting philosophy. He is strong safety position, driving the ball, making a pick, not going to the ground, doing something with it. There he is on the roof with the safety coming down. So some guys just got instincts for the football, and he seems to be a guy that he got those skills. Nice. Kevin Reed, another high school defensive back. Now, some of you are probably saying, how many defensive backs did you bring in there? Well, guys, we played with 5 on the field, right? We played 3 down defensive linemen, 3, go ahead and start it. 3 linebackers and 5 DBs, okay? So when you start, you got to have 10 just to have 2 DBs. So obviously you like to have multiple guys. So when we made the transition 2 years ago to go from a 4-man front to a 3-man front, you had to graduate out your high school defensive lineman. Kevin's a guy I believe can block 5 or 6 kicks. Very tall and long, and once again, a guy that scored touchdowns, even though he's playing on the defensive side of the ball. That's bodes well for us. So as tall as we are, Coach Bird, no more Bush doesn't have to buy any more shoes for Buster Brown for our DBs. So we're getting taller and longer. And that's what really fires us up about Kevin, is how he can bend and just have an act of blocking 6 kicks. That's pretty impressive. So you come get another one. One more. That's good. For the next one. Logan Burns, the corner from Hillsborough. 6 foot, 175 pound corner. There he is, battling as a wide receiver as well. Doesn't lack confidence. He's got no help over the top there. Nice job going up on the deflection. One more here, Larry. Nice play, likes to tackle as well, not just like recovery. That last one. All right, so, going out to Discovery Park, guys, that was really neat for us. We had to go out there to Decatur, right, and what John and Joe and all the different deeds did for us. Can't say enough of you guys. So, with that, anybody got any questions about these guys? Too quiet in here. We gotta get some jazz over there. Well, I made the choice. I didn't have to show you all 27 when they had showed you. Could have shown you the 20, but I wanted to see those kids on the campus and grow them now. Very, very excited about it. Any questions about any of them? Very good, Jerry. You still keep it going. There you go.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah, please.
Do you possibly project any of the freshmen to play next year? Not no name names.
Yeah, you know what, and then even the backfield, I bet probably, just because that's why we signed so many of them, because we're trying to get the depth going. And so, like not to, but I can see that happening on that side of the ball.
It looked like a lot of talent there, it's pretty much at any time I can remember.
Yeah, it's, you guys are going to look on the websites of other schools, especially we play, and I was looking at some today, and they're going to tell you all the different schools that, that they beat on different guys and stuff. And several of these guys had other visits. We've got other visits, but some of that stuff's kind of propaganda anyway. But these guys fit us. It was a good year for DBs. We needed to sign DBs, and there was a lot coming out of high school players. Some of the other schools didn't have needs for defensive backs, and we did. So it hit really good for us because I've seen this in the past. Some of these guys we might not have been able to get on a visit because they would have other opportunities.
Coach Burr got enough coaches to coach y'all on TV?
He better. There's a bunch of them. They're going to have to meet in the multi-purpose room, aren't they? There's a bunch of them. But that's what we just got, hey, we're going to play defensive 5 DBs. We better turn this into DB University and get that depth up because it's crucial in that defense. We'll start spring practice in March, probably the second week of March. I haven't picked all our days yet. We get 15 practices. We get, moving the season, very challenging schedule, open up the University of Kentucky. Looking forward to that opportunity. It's another 12-game a year for us. The conference will be good again. There's a coaching change over at Jacksonville State and Southeast Missouri, so there's 2 coaching changes. So, I guess that makes me the longest tenured coach here in the OVC. Not the oldest, but the longest tenured. Okay, so but glad to be here with that. So, come on up, man.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Folks, this is my 24th day at UTM, and I just want to tell you how glad I am to be here. But more importantly, I do want to take just a minute to thank Coach, thank the staff, and you folks did a good job thanking the spouses because, it's been since August since these spouses haven't seen their husbands. But I could not be more thrilled to be here and more excited about our future. Great day to be a Skyhawk. Thank you.
I got to show you this.